customer experience square, it's a way of explaining that all methods in doing CX are complementary. At the beginning, if you do not have any standards, you will get, into your glass tower, all the big thinkers, and you will lay down a set of standards. Now, of course, these standards you will want at first to make sure that all employees are following the recipe. If so, if you just send anybody, it could be an audit, somebody from the inside, or usually a mystery shopping approach. It will allow you to measure the distance between what you ask your employee to do and what they're really doing actually. This is called conformity. It's a way of doing CX, but usually at the very basic, at the very beginning of your level of maturity when you're thinking about doing CX. Think about what's important for the client. I'll give you an example at banking. Banking, we're really good to be open 2 minutes before 10 and still be open 2 minutes after 2. Now, all of a sudden, we all know that at some point, people realized that nobody was satisfied with those hours. But it took a certain time for people to just realize that it was important to focus on customers' perception. And therefore, that's where the second part comes in. There's what you do for your customer, and then there's what the customer's perception, what he has about your service. And that's where the game is. You all know that. It's not what you do for your customer, it's what your customer perceives that you're doing for him. This is called perception, client perception. Now you can be doing both. You don't have to stop the first one in order to start to do the second one. Many companies will have audits as well as mystery shopping using real consumers. Then, of course, you'll have the distance between customers' perception and their expectation. Now we go much more into customer satisfaction. Most of the time, like I said, those surveys are small, 5 to 7 questions, very interventional. But this is just to make sure that if you provided your standard as you were supposed to, and perception was not that good, you want to make sure that they tell you about it. It will allow you to readjust your standards because now you understand better your customer expectation. So this is why we call it the customer expectation square. It's not enough to have one single measure of CX because you need conformity, you need standards, so you need audit. You need to measure perception on a daily basis just to make sure that, with time, perception can change, expectation can change, so you have to be measuring using mystery shopping approach with real consumers. And of course, those VOCs, you want to make sure that they can have a voice before they go on social media and complain. So you want to make sure that it stays in the family and people can just, chat with you and you can convert those detractors into promoters.